Yesterday, Virgin Galactic had their Q3 2025 earnings published. They have published the presentation, the earnings call, the analyst question, and we went down and listened to all of that in order to bring this information to you. So, first of all, earnings were great. Do not listen to any of the headlines or analysts who are saying that the revenue lags or that the stock haven't beat the analyst expectation. It's all crap, because the earnings were good, and they were good because there were no bad surprises. For those of you who are investors of Virgin Galactic for some time now, you know that no surprises, it's actually a best piece of news from this company. So I wanted to make this video about Q3 earnings and about what to expect from Virgin Galactic until pretty much the end of 2026 for three types of investors. First of all, people who are invested in Virgin Galactic for some time now. You are invested for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and you're probably in a pretty big loss with the company, so kind of to look at the situation from your point of view. Second of all, people who are looking to invest in Virgin Galactic right now because they see that, hey, suddenly there are some great catalysts in 2026 and in Q1 of 2026 already. And third of all, of course, the sneaky short sellers. Those of you who like to earn money on the misery of other people and want to short Virgin Galactic stock, we will talk about if this is a best stock for you to short. So, hello and welcome to the Market Monkeys channel. My name is Vadim. Today we are talking about Virgin Galactic. Quickly, before we get to the earnings themselves, I want to explain the why no surprises is the best piece of news from Virgin Galactic. So, Virgin Galactic are infamously known for being ones who are delaying or canceling the deadlines and the milestones which they are setting for themselves. We have seen it time and time again when they are delaying the launch of something, the release of something, the beginning of the sale of tickets to the general public of something. So generally the company is kind of known for missing the deadlines, and every single time they are doing that, the stock drops. And that's why if you are new to holding Virgin Galactic stock, the number one rule is you look at the closest milestone which you have and you kind of focus on that. You do not look at what will happen to the company in 2029 because it's irrelevant at this point. So let's start talking about this, and let's start talking about what are the expectations from Virgin Galactic next year. Already in Q1 2026, we are expected to start seeing revenues because the company had said in this latest earnings call that they are starting to sell tickets to space in 2026 in Q1 already. The first batch of tickets will cost around $600,000. That's what the CEO of Virgin Galactic said. They will release a batch, they will try to sell it out, and then they will decide on the amounts of the tickets in the next batch and the price of the tickets after, well, they sell the first one. Then in Q3 and Q4, the flights will begin. Here I have to stop and I want to talk a little bit about the earnings call. So there was a very annoying part of the earnings call where the CEO of Virgin Galactic said that instead of having flights in summer and in fall of 2026, something that was promised to investors a couple of months ago, the flights will be done in Q3 and Q4 in 2026 because, and I'm almost quoting, people in Southern Hemisphere have different months for summer. So because of that, in order to be more accurate, he is saying Q3 now. So this is a kindergarten level of explanation, and let's just pretend like he haven't moved the goalposts for about a month or something like that. So Q1 we start selling tickets, Q3 test flights, Q4 first commercial flights for Virgin Galactic. These are the basic milestones for 2026. Now, during the earnings call, the management of Virgin Galactic also talked about the 2027 ramp-up plan. In 2026, we will have two spaceships, Delta 1 and Delta 2, and the management already talks about Delta 3 and Delta 4 with another carrier. So Delta 1 and Delta 2 will allow the company to do something about 125 flights a year and to carry something like 750 passengers. Now, the company is already planning to kind of double these amounts and to have 4 spaceships and to carry about 1,600 passengers a year. For this, the company is expecting to have a revenue of around $1 billion a year. This is in 2027. Now, I'm telling this for people who are invested in Virgin Galactic for some time now. If you're new to the stock, don't listen to anything beyond 2026. Focus on 2026 alone because 2027 is kind of very, very far off. Let's see what happens in 2026 first. Now let's move to financials. In order to look at the financials, look at the numbers and basically every possible metric for every possible stock on the market, we will of course use Seeking Alpha. We're using it for the last 5 years now. And by the way, Seeking Alpha right now have a Black Friday sale and you can have a trial, a free trial. This is rare. When I did an account for Seeking Alpha, the account is pretty expensive. And when I did the account for Seeking Alpha, I did it on blind. I didn't have any trials. So here's the free trial for you. You can find a link in the description of this video. Check it out for something like 7 days. Even if you're pretty sure you don't need Seeking Alpha, go check out. This tool is simply amazing. I've been using it for 5 years, 6 years now, and this tool paid for itself in the first couple of days, I think. So with this tool, I just found the next investment would just paid off for the whole yearly subscription. Let's move back to the financials. So there is no point of talking about revenues, right? So revenues were 400K and like next quarter it will be 300K, so no point of talking about them until Q1 2026 when Virgin Galactic will start selling the tickets. So net loss was $64 million, improvement year over year. Last year it was 75. And what is interesting is that free cash flow was $108 million. Year ago it was 111, 12, something like that. So again, it's improving a little bit. Now, for those of you who are thinking of investing in Virgin Galactic, couple of things you need to know. Yes, the company is burning around $100 million a quarter. The company has a cash of $424 million in the bank. The company has about the same amount of debt in the bank. And more important for you, the company is issuing more shares. So they have said that during this quarter, they have issued around $23 million in new shares. $23 million, it's about 10% of market cap of the company. If you are investing in Virgin Galactic, just so you know, your stock will be diluted around 10% every quarter. So, will Virgin Galactic survive until Q1 2026? The answer is probably yes. If something major happens and they will have to delay all of their plans for 1 quarter, will they survive then? The answer is again yes. For 2 quarters, it's starting to get tricky. So Virgin Galactic, they have one shot without doing anything majorly stupid like taking a lot of debt or issuing a lot of shares. So to summarize everything, for you long-term investors who are holding Virgin Galactic stock and you have a huge loss, I assume between like 50% and 95%. So there are a couple of catalysts for you. You're probably looking for a way out of this stock. The first catalyst will be when the company comes to the public in Q1 2026, maybe during New Year's, and says we are starting to sell to the general public. The stock will jump, and this will be your opportunity to kind of sell everything and forget about the company. If you want to kind of try to recoup more of your money, you can of course wait for the test flights, the commercial flights, the news about the ramp up, but you yourself know how reliable or unreliable Virgin Galactic as a company is. So probably New Year's, that's your goal for kind of recouping some of your loss. For those of you who are new investors and looking to invest in Virgin Galactic, just so you know, every quarter your stock will be diluted by, well, this quarter it was 10%, so just so you know, your stock will probably drop for something like 10% every quarter. If you are okay with that, and if you're okay of waiting for the next catalyst, again, as I said, Q1 2026, by all means, try that. Maybe take a look at the call options. Maybe they are a better vehicle for investment. And now for short sellers. Pretty much what you are about to expect from this stock is that you will be up in your investment, and then some catalyst will happen. So if the company goes out and announces that they are releasing tickets to the public and everything goes according to plan, you will get hurt a lot. If the company delays everything, and chances are pretty good they will, you will earn a lot. So this is, I would say, pretty risky situation for you. If you want to short Virgin Galactic, do that. Please do that very cautiously with the small sums of money. Hopefully this video was interesting for you. If it was, don't forget to like this video, leave us a comment and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.